I'm giving somebody the blues today.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In today's video, I want to talk about some of the polls that I've been doing for the past month. This is part 3, and then we have a part 4 coming soon. So subscribe, stay tuned for that. In part 3, there's about 7-8 polls, and I just want to dissect these and see what the community thinks. At least the online community, because that's one thing we do have to take into account with these polls. There is a big portion of the community who's not on YouTube, who's not on Twitter. Like, if we take Main Man Sweet, the biggest Tekken YouTuber, he has 220,000 subscribers, yet there is 9 million players of Tekken. So there is a lot of people who just isn't in tune with the community. But still, I don't think that these numbers are useless, because in a lot of ways, the online community is the ones who can control the discussion. Now, starting off with the first poll, this is from a month ago. Out of Season 2 DLC for Tekken 7, which characters do you want to return in Tekken 8? Armor King is definitely one of the most popular characters in the game, and he should be there. King and Armor King both. But what I was really surprised to see is Lei Wulong in 19%. Now, Lei Wulong gets a lot of flack. People say this character is not really popular. People say that this is a wasted DLC. All these things about Lei Wulong. But honestly, Lei Wulong in terms of usage is kind of similar to Yoshimitsu. The same usage rates and similar win-loss ratios. But I don't think Lei Wulong will be there. When they added this character as DLC, they really expected this character to be more popular than he was. And honestly, I can say maybe that's because he wasn't broken. A lot of the DLC that were really successful, besides Armor King, are the ones that are game breaking. Where Lei Wulong, yes, he's a tricky character, but he is not a game breaking character. I said this before and I'll say it again. If they want to bring Julia into Tekken 8, they should not. They should bring the female version of this character, and that is JC. Have JC enhance the story of King, Armor King, and their rivalry. Screw is returning in Tekken 8. What other mechanics do you want to return? 56%, this is the one that I loved the most out of all of the mechanics, is the Rage Drive. What I really like about the Rage Drive versus the Rage Art, the player can't just press a button and then sit back and drink some water. Most times than not, the Rage Drive itself isn't enough to win the game, and I like that the player still has to be on their toes. Do you want Gigas to return in Tekken 8? 75% says no. I'm sorry to high buff Gigas. They're gonna have to change their name and their branding to put Gigas in Tekken 8. But honestly, I like Gigas. I really do. His gameplay is amazing, but I just think his design, that red giant blob, it's nothing really. There's no defining trait about his design, and when you're talking about bringing in a new character, it's very important for them to have a very distinctive design. It's kind of sad because Gigas has some of the best alternate outfits in the game. Meanwhile, his design is so bad. So bad. Which Williams sister do you want in Tekken 8? Nina Williams versus Anna Williams. Nina is the only female character who's been in every single game, and I don't see them breaking that trend. Never. They're gonna do whatever they can to have her be there over and over again. And this is why I say put both. A comment here describes it perfectly. In my opinion, it's kind of pointless to have one without the other. But also too, when you're talking about Tekken 7, Nina is kind of getting a new branching story. Steve Fox. In Tekken 8, I think we will see those two characters develop, grow. We've been getting hints of it for so long, but I think Tekken 8 will finally be that moment. And yes, you could have Anna also be there playing spoiler. Maybe she sets her sights on Steve as revenge, something of that nature. But I think Nina is kind of going her, not separate way, but she's going both ways. If only one could be in Tekken 8 base roster, who are you picking? I voted Armor King because I like Armor King as a character so much more than King. King players, they rely so much on their grabbing, and I feel like it's so unfair for the other player. Armor King, yes, he has grabs too, but it's not really as obnoxious as King's. The damage, the pressure, King is really a powerful character for so many reasons, and I think Armor King is the more fair, is the more reasonable version of King. But I do like both of these characters. Both of these characters, in my opinion, They really are what makes Tekken Tekken. And the fact that these two characters have matching statistics at the end of Tekken 7's lifespan, it shows how intertwined they are with one another. How do you feel about online tournaments for Tekken? Now, I did this poll back when the regional finals were going on, and I do think the feeling when talking about them is mixed, because one thing that I like about the online tournaments is that it does allow people who cannot travel to participate. It does allow more of the community to be active, but at the same time, I don't think it should outweigh offline tournaments, especially if there's cheating and lagging and all of these hindrances that makes it inferior. One suggestion that I had in a live stream is a Tekken online league. If you play games like Overwatch, Call of Duty, you know what I'm talking about. Fortnite kind of did it the most popular. They have an online tournament built into the game that everyone could be a part of. The tournament goes on for a couple of weeks. You just keep on playing until you lose. And then at the very end of it, they had one big tournament. It was streamed. It was amazing. $1 million was handed out. I think Tekken 7 could do the same thing, and it would be really, really cool to see. Maybe not $1 million, but I still think an online tournament embedded in the game would be really fun. The next poll, this one is more so a what if scenario. Who would win in a death battle, Scorpion or Yoshimitsu? A lot of people were saying Scorpion because if he takes Yoshimitsu to hell, it's GG's. Scorpion becomes more powerful, and in Yoshimitsu, he'll be trapped. Scorpion doesn't even have to fight him at that point. He could just leave Yoshimitsu there. But the one thing that I was thinking about with Yoshimitsu is his sword. His sword does enhanced damage to evil. And Scorpion, being made by Quan Chi, a person who is pure evil, that sword will have some effects on him. Even a scratch by that sword will really hurt Scorpion. And I think that's what it will come down to. Can Scorpion grab Yoshimitsu and take him down to hell? Or will he get flicked by the sword and it's GG's? Reading the comments on that one was really fascinating. Who is your favorite guest character in Tekken 7? Geese Howard barely beats Akuma. In the responses, a lot of people said none. A lot of people said they're all bad. None is my favorite, and I think it really is sad because we have 4 guest characters and the community just does not like them. The reason why I picked Geese Howard is because Geese Howard was transformed by being a guest character. Akuma was Akuma before he even touched Tekken 7. He's broken in Street Fighter, so of course he's going to be broken in Tekken. He's super popular when you're talking about the brand of Street Fighter, and Tekken 7 really didn't do anything to elevate that. But Geese Howard being in Tekken 7, that really made this character so much more known to the FGC. Geese Howard and also the King of Fighters benefited so much by being a guest character in Tekken 7, and that's why I picked him. The final poll, do you want Katarina in Tekken 8? I said yes because I think Katarina is one of the fairest characters to fight against in the game. So many characters will bully you. You won't even get an opportunity to think. They will just destroy your whole health bar and GG's, it's over, like Marduk. But Katarina is not one of those characters. She really is fair to fight against, even though the buffs make it a little bit more challenging. Still, I think her gameplay is amazing. But also I say no. I say no because her design is bad. Her story is bad. The only thing she truly has that really makes her different on a surface level is being beautiful. And that even is debatable. So yeah, 70% says no. People do not want this character to return. Even though I say yes, I do want them to return because of gameplay, I know Katarina will not be there. So that's going to be it for this video. I just want to talk about these polls, do a little bit of a summary before we actually get, to experience Tekken 8, because all of this stuff, it could and will change in, a couple of months, years. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Check out some of the other videos I made. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff. Until then, bye bye.